Hi, my name is Bruno Sade from brunosade.com, and today I want to talk about beliefs. Beliefs are generalizations about something or someone. They can be about all kinds of things. For example, people like me, people don't like me, I am fill in the blanks, I am attractive, I am not attractive, I am smart enough, I am not smart enough. Certain people are this way, certain people are that way. We can have political beliefs, religious beliefs, beliefs about dogs. Dogs are this way, dogs are that way. This kind of dog is friendly, this kind of dog is more aggressive. And beliefs can be accurate, inaccurate, true, false, empowering, or limiting. But regardless of that, they tend to reflect how we think that something or someone is. And they can be held on an individual level or on a more social or global or cultural level. For example, religious beliefs are beliefs that are shared by many people. Now, beliefs can have different effects on our lives. Some of them might be empowering. For example, the belief that if I try to pursue my dreams, I am more likely to attain them than if I don't try at all. Other beliefs can be more neutral, such as if I see clouds in the sky, then maybe it means it's going to rain and I might want to stay home. So the neutral belief is dark clouds in the sky tends to mean that it's going to rain. And sometimes they can have limiting effects in our lives. For example, if I believe that no matter what I do, I'll always fail, then that belief will probably make me not try at all to achieve my goals, to pursue my dreams. And therefore, it can end up becoming like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, I don't personally believe that our lives are completely determined by our beliefs and mindset. I don't think everything is about beliefs and mindset. I believe that there are some external factors that can have a major effect in our lives. But that being said, I want to talk about one of the ways that beliefs are created and how we can work on them with EFT. So if we think about a belief as a tabletop in the floor of our mind, so to speak, we can say that one of the ways that they are created or reinforced is through significant emotional experiences. What do I mean by this? These are basically events in our lives, experiences that had at the time and probably still do some emotional charge to them. They had some emotional significance to some degree. So I want to share my screen and show you this drawing that I have shared in a previous video. If you can see this tabletop of a belief that says, I'm not smart enough. And of course, since beliefs are generalizations, it can be useful to try to get a bit more specific thinking. I'm not smart enough for what? Because it's not the same to say I'm not smart enough to be a rocket scientist, because, maybe I'm actually not, than to say I'm not smart enough to achieve any goal at all or to achieve any success at all at something that I care about. Because then maybe perhaps that's a limiting belief that's actually not really true. But if I believe it to be true, it can end up influencing my actions, what I do or what I don't do. So if we think of a belief as a tabletop, we can see that it's supported by different table legs of evidence. These are the different specific events or experiences or memories that support this belief as being true, of why we believe it to be true, why we feel that the belief is true. So let's say that when I was 9 years old, I was the only one at school to fail an exam. And the interpretation I gave to that event is that this means I'm not smart enough. That I was the only one to fail the exam means I'm not smart enough. So the interesting thing here is that if we think about what makes a belief difficult to change, what makes it usually difficult to change is that these table legs of evidence of why we believe it to be true, why we feel that this belief is true, it's kind of glued to the floor of our mind, so to speak. And what makes up the glue that keeps this belief in place, that keeps these table legs in place, is the emotional charge around these specific events, these emotionally charged events. So what we do with EFT is we use EFT to diminish or release the emotional charge around the different aspects within these experiences. So when I think about this memory of when I was 9 years old and I was the only one to fail the exam, when I use EFT to diminish and release how I feel about this memory now, then suddenly the memory doesn't hold an emotional charge anymore. And then it's like this table leg can sort of collapse, and it helps to bring down this tabletop of this limiting belief. Because if we didn't use EFT or modalities such as EFT, let's say that I try to simply intellectually reframe this experience and say, well, actually, just because I was 9 years old and I was the only one to fail the exam doesn't necessarily mean I'm not smart enough. Maybe I simply didn't study hard enough or well enough as I could have, or there was something else going on at the time that distracted me from taking that exam in a better way. And yes, I'm capable of thinking that, or someone might point that out to me, but chances are that it still makes me feel like I'm not smart enough. So with EFT, when we use it to diminish or release the unpleasant emotional charge connected to these different memories or table legs, then afterwards, the belief doesn't feel quite as true as it used to feel before. So that's it for today. I hope this was useful, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of my next videos.